to this week's episode of the XBLA show. My name is Jonathan. It is the 12th of February 2011. And rather than, messing around or fluffing it up, let's just get on with this week's news. Okay, so the Balls of Steel edition of Duke Nukem Forever has been announced. If you have not heard of Duke Nukem, you've probably been sitting under a rock for the past 10 years. However, it's important to remember that a lot of gamers will not have heard of Duke Nukem, given that when Duke Nukem 3D came out, it was a long time ago. I think in terms of the game being developed and how the company went bust and they picked it back up and all that kind of thing, it is going to be banking on the gamers that played Duke Nukem and are a fan of Duke Nukem to go out and buy the game. However, I'm hoping that it's going to be viable in terms of the FPS it is. And given some of the other shooters that are out there, such as Modern Warfare 2 and all that kind of thing, it's not really staying true to some of the technological advances that have happened in the past 10 years. However, it's important to remember that Duke Nukem is a character, and it plays on a lot of the comedy values and humoristic elements that stuff like Modern Warfare 2 have never been able to do, and they're all about pushing things too much. Really? Fair enough, the Duke Nukem Balls of Steel edition is a cop to get people to spend more money, as much as the Black Ops with the remote control car thing was the same thing as well. It does look quite cool. I'll put like an image on screen. Postcard, radioactive emblem sticker, collectible comic book, get a foldable paper craft, poker chips. You get Duke Nukem Forever poker chips. That's pretty awesome. You get a mini card deck and you get radioactive emblem dice. As well as that, it features a 100-page hardcover book, The History, Legacy and Legend of Duke Nukem Forever art from the Vault, which is pretty cool, I must say. So overall, in summary, it is going to be fun for all those Duke Nukem fans out there. However, it's important to remember that Duke Nukem is a very old game, and some of the features that are kind of shying away the technological advances in FPS genres over the past 10 years may be a bit too awkward for some, and they may find that it's a bit too different for your average COD-obsessed Xbox gamer. In other news, 2K Games have also announced that they are developing The Darkness 2. If you have not played the first game, I suggest you go out and pick it up. It's one of the very most innovative games that you can play. I mean, personally for me, it's pretty up there on my top 360 games that I've ever played. Fair enough, it came out quite a while ago, and some of the concepts of the game were pretty long-winded, and the game did run on, and it did get a bit kind of weird and shit halfway through. But there have been hardly any details released apart from that there will be more supernatural darkness powers that everyone has been longing for in that original game. Also, 2K have said that the game features a hand-painted graphic noir technique to stay true to the comic book's origins and make the game feature like the original comic book series. So, moving on, Portal 2. If you're not looking forward to Portal 2, go back and watch the last video where I blab on about Portal 2 and why it's so awesome and why you have to go and pick it up. Play as character in Portal 2, i.e. if you remember Portal 1, you hardly ever saw the main character's face. However, in Portal 2, the main character is apparently becoming more and more prominent in the game's storyline. French PC magazine Canyard features Chell on the cover of its latest issue, looking quite different when you consider what she looked like in the first game. So, in summary, that has been it for this week's episode of the XBLA show. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and in fact enjoyed the complete lack of content as I was unable to find any decent shit on the internet today. But it's just one of those things. We understand that you have a choice in your video content that you watch, and we really appreciate that you're watching the XBLA show. So if you've enjoyed this week's episode or you've thought it's utter crap, leave a comment or anything in the section underneath your screen and let us know what you think. If you've got nothing better to do, we do have an extensive collection of videos on the channel, so I'll put a link to all the interviews that we have done on this side of the screen and all the other features and things like that on the other side of the screen, so you can go and check out those links if you want to see something different or interesting. This week's episode has been sponsored by GamePointsDirect.com. Go check them out. for all your game points needs and all that kind of thing. I am on Twitter and Facebook, all these kind of things, so I'll put links to all that shit underneath your screen as well. Also, check out the website xboxliveaddicts.co.uk for your competitions, reviews, features and all that sort of stuff. And that has been it. So until next time, I have been Jonathan. I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode as much as I have. I'll see you guys on Xbox Live. Stay classy. In other news... hand-painted graphic noir technique. Also, 2K games have